I need a motion to accept the agenda.
I'd like to make it a
Okay.
We had talked earlier about a satellite office for motor vehicles.
Okay.
What was that? Sorry.
Satellite office for motor vehicles.
You want to put that on the agenda today?
And I got a resolution trying to support that. Didn't bring it yet.
Where are you putting that down?
I'll just put it under 7D other.
Okay. Okay, I need a motion to accept the amended agenda, please. All in favor? Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the October meeting. Okay. Did you get anything on the way? Have you gotten any? No, for the surplus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
okay, we'll talk, okay. Public input, David Golke, he's not here. So Risty,
Good afternoon. Give you another packet.
I still have mine, I'm good. She took his back.
There might have been
There's
changes.
a couple of things in here that you don't have now.
Oh, okay.
You know, while he's handing things out, I'll do brief introductions again. Off and on, we've been here, we've been visiting with the county commission, probably for 6-7 years. We are an insurance firm based out of Sioux Falls. We do business with 36 out of the 66 counties. We have business anywhere from Sisseton to Hot Springs to Sturgis to you name it, we're everywhere in between. I was just visiting with Mr. Fox. We're leaving tomorrow. We're meeting with the county commission in Ziebach County in Dupree. We have been doing their benefits for the past 5 years. We do business with in Perkins County and in every place in between. She was in Hughes County meeting with the county commission last night and he didn't get home until midnight. And she's all bright and bushy-tailed. This is Sonia Nordby. I sold the business 4 years ago to Sonia, so technically she signs my paycheck now. This is Dan Johnson. And we're here to visit about your employee benefits. We're going to bring you some ideas and suggestions that we think you're going to like. We are members of the County Commission Association, associate members. We support your organization by our attendance at your events and your annual meeting. We're also members of the County Commission Elected Officials Association, and we go to all of their workshops and in meetings at the same time. So we're pretty well known amongst the counties. There's not a county courthouse in South Dakota that we have not been in. And we're going to show you how you can save a lot of money on just the 9 employees you got on your plan. So with that, I'll turn it over to Daniel.
Okay, remember we were here a month ago and we talked about the MERP and you weren't here. And so a little bit, we have a nice little PowerPoint presentation here in that folder. And MERP stands for Medical Expense Reimbursement Program. It's allowed under the IRS Section 105. And so basically what we're going to like to do is purchase a higher deductible health plan, and we're going to buy it back down. So in your guys' case, if you go to the, we call the comparison sheet, okay, you have the Wellmark 2,500 right now. We're going to purchase, we're going to buy that, and actually we're going to purchase it down to the 1,500. You can see the savings right there, $14,000 a year by doing that. And employees keep the same benefits that they have now, nothing changes. The theory behind the MERP is that purchase a higher deductible fully insured, state-approved medical plan. Difference between the employee plan and insured plan is consistent with the IRS Section 105. Reduce the premium costs paid by the insurance carrier to offset the economic effects of the rising medical costs that we see every year. Medical costs are going up every year for all of us in return for lower premium. So an employer will fund their small claims out of the premium savings account. So what you do is you set up a dedicated premium savings account. The debit set up one savings account. That savings goes into that account. That savings cannot be used for roads, bridges, any other thing.
Right.
So what happens is, so next year we come back and you take a 2% increase or whatever, that money will be there in that savings account to offset that. So budget-wise, it's a major factor for budgeting. You're gonna have that money in that savings account. Then also you use it to pay down the premiums. But also if you wanna buy the benefits for the county employees, you wanna add dental, vision, life, which we'll talk about later. But if you wanna if you're only paying 50% of the employees, now you can pay 100%, you'll have that money for that. But that money is into a dedicated account. So the MERP is funded by contributions by both the employer and the employee, based on a fixed rate. So we use a TPA called a third-party administrator that handles everything. So with Wellmark, everything's electronic. So you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, up in the hospital. Remember last time we talked about some of your bills, okay? They send that EOB electronic right to the TPA. There's no paperwork for Deb, there's no paperwork for the auditor. It's pretty much seamless. Takes so much pressure off everybody. And so with that, so what we're proposing is that you purchase you have the 5,000 deductible, and we're gonna buy that back down to 2,500.
That's gonna be on the second page.
Yeah, if you want to flip to the second page.
And the first one
Yep.
is a straight up
Yep.
purchase.
So let's go to the second comparison. Okay, in the middle, you have on the far left, you have the $2,500 deductible,
Right.
okay?
That's your current plan.
Next to it is the 5,000, that's what we're offering to buy, okay? So you can see the big difference here. The annual premium there for the 2,500 is 142, the 5,000 is 106. Estimated savings of $36,500 some dollars. You take away some administrative costs, you're gonna have $35,000 left. So you go down below with the Buffalo County percentage employee mini deductible, 20% is that you're gonna have $28,000 in savings, 28,183. Okay, 95% of all employees, it's 7.5 out of the 9, 8.5 out of 9 will have to hit the deductible to negate any savings in that account. Something catastrophic would have to happen for that. But we've been doing this, Roger and Sonia have been doing this for years, and all the years that we have the different customers that use the MERP, they've never gone over, Roger?
20%.
20%. It's everything below that. So we're looking at $28,000 right there. Now, that premium there is at $1,321. Okay? You can go to the next page. So you see the savings is at 20%, $28,000. Go to the next page. We can lower your premium $100 a month to $1,121.95. And you're gonna come at 20% at $17,000. You're gonna bring that down a little bit.
Now, I want to make sure everybody's clear on this. What we're talking about doing is reducing the monthly premium per employee from the renewal of $1,321 to $1,221. So we're going to drop it by $100, and we're still going to save you $17,800 by using this concept. And nothing has changed. All the employees still have that $2,500 deductible plan.
And their card will say the 2,500 on their
Right, no,
insurance.
the card will say
Card will
5,000.
say 5, sorry.
I'm
Card will
gonna,
say 5,000.
I'm gonna jump in. I always like to give an example on the employee's end of utilizing this concept. So as an employee, you're gonna get an insurance card that says it's Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it's got a $5,000 deductible on there. And we commonly educate them not to panic, because that's not what you're gonna end up paying out of pocket. So if I would have got hit by a bus coming here this morning and I was in the hospital, they're gonna swipe my insurance card, the provider's offices, and then it goes to Wellmark. Wellmark sends that information to our TPA, our third party administrator. And they go, oh, Sonia's got claims of $5,000. And for plan design is 2,500. So I'm going to reach out and to Buffalo County, and we're going to use their claims fund to buy that 5,000 down to the desired 2,500. They're gonna pay my provider's office that 2,500, and then I truly then only get a final bill for the $2,500 deductible plan. I've done nothing except turn in my insurance card like I was supposed to. No tracking, no paperwork, no receipts. I just wait for my explanation of benefits from the TPA that says, hey, I paid your doctor's office $2,500 because your insurance plan dictates 5,000. Now you owe your 2,500, and then that's your final bill. So it's all electronic, and there's nothing that the employee themselves has to do except just understand the process. And we educate them at each event, and usually only 10% of your employees end up hitting the deductible. So most of the time, unless something happens, they never call with questions because they don't have to worry about utilizing that concept because they're not going to hit their deductible.
So with that, the TPA sends that check right to the hospital, because if that check came to somebody, came to me, okay, when I pay my medical bill, then that way they get paid directly, because that employee gonna take that money and pay that bill? Probably not. They might go buy a new TV or something of that nature. With that, it gets paid right to the provider. Now you get into the drugs and the copay and everything. That's where the employee will get a little money back. So if it's like if it's a $50 copay, we're buying that back down to 30. So you're gonna get a check back from the TPA for $20, the difference.
That's something that goes to the employee.
Yeah.
So my copay, if I would have went in, so I can wait for a check in the mail. I do have to front that $50, and then I wait for a check in the mail for that 20. Or we can set it up on ACH, so the TP automatically dumps that into my checking account every time I go in and pay a copay.
So it goes all the way with the pharmacy, with the copay, the doctor's office, 50 to 30, 100 to 60, urgent care, ER, 500 to 250, that's waived if you're admitted. So, here's an opportunity to save some money. We know, as I mentioned earlier, medical care, the costs are going out of the roof. Here's an opportunity to save that money for Buffalo County. And, you have, we call it grandfather plan. And so, you don't want to leave that plan.
Right.
So you want to stay on that plan, and by using the MERP with that plan, you can do that. So another thing you can do to save a little bit of money is that anybody over the age of 65 that's on the plan. And you want to touch on
Yeah,
that?
I'll speak on that. So, by law, you are able to actually, reimburse, an employee for the cost of going on to a Medicare Supplement Advantage or cost plan because you're under 20. And since Medicare pays first, so that's what allows you to do that. So anybody that you have that is Medicare eligible, our office can walk through several plan options that best suit their needs and move them onto a plan that is usually going to be richer than the plan that you have now. So you've earned that right to pay less out of pocket. So you're going to have that supplement in addition to your Part B and then your drug card. And usually that cost is a couple $100 versus the $1,000 that you're paying per month for somebody that's Medicare eligible. So it would be in your best interest to reimburse them and move them to that benefit. And therefore, the most they might pay is $240 out of their pocket, their Part B deductible, instead of $2,500. And that's saving you like at least $10,000 a year by doing that. And you have several people that will approach that that benefit capability as well the next year or two. And so a lot of small groups do that. They just turn in their monthly statement, and then however you choose to reimburse that. But it's more beneficial for them. They have a lower deductible, less out-of-pocket cost, lower co-pays, and then more cost-effective for you as well. So, and it's perfectly legal. So,
And since you're under 20 employees, you can do that. If you're a large group, over 20, 50, the law says you can't do that. Since you're a small group, you can do that.
So in other words, you can have the county purchase a Medicare supplement for you and pay for it. And Sonia said the savings is 10,000, that's per employee
Yeah.
over the age of 65. So if you got two of them on the plan, that'd be an additional $20,000 savings
On top of what we're talking about.
on top of what we're talking about.
So,
And usually a better plan.
questions on the MERP? I know this is your first time.
I follow you along.
Okay, one, that, and our treasurer's not here, but one thing she had asked, like ambulance rides, helicopter rides, all that.
Okay.
Hey,
So you have your medical for that, okay? So on top of that, the very last thing right here is called MASSA. I threw that in,
Mhm.
okay? That's $14 a month. So I know somebody, Sonia, you again,
Sure.
she has a personal experience with this.
So I'm originally from Martin, South Dakota, and so my mother had an episode, and they wanted to fly her to Rapid. By that time, she could have drove. She offered to drive, but they insisted the helicopter ride. She's full coverage insurance, $50,000. Medical coverage covers what's reasonable and customary, a couple thousand. Your medical plan does not cover all of that. And most places are out of network. They don't contract with insurance carriers because they make more money when they don't.
Right.
So she got them negotiated down to $30,000. You know what she did right after that? She went out and she bought MASSA. So, which is what we're presenting. And it's $14 for your entire family.
I'll give you a second example, Corson County. If you know Tammy up there at Corson County, give her a call. They had an employee that had a heart attack. $80,000 to fly from McIntosh to Aberdeen, $80,000. The medical plan paid $3,000 of that. They implemented the MASSA program right after that happened. So, yeah, it happens, especially in the rural areas like this. It's a good benefit. You never want to use it, but it's available. It is
Okay.
cheap.
Well,
and
that was
reasonable.
my question is, and that was one Janice had brought up, and unfortunately, she can't be here today. And we were talking about, you know, that.
But to have the MASSA, no matter where you're at in the United States and everything, you have to have a full-blown medical coverage first.
Mhm.
So your Wellmark will take what they're gonna pay first, and what's left over, then
MASSA
MASSA
will
will
pick
pick
it
MASSA will
How
pick that up.
about, since I ain't on this plan, I'm on the old people's deal.
Excuse me?
The Medicare supplement.
Can I get on
Yep.
this?
Yes.
Or
As
does
long as you have
Medicare,
medical coverage.
As long as you have medical coverage.
just as an individual?
Well, I'm on the old people plan too, so I know right where you're at.
I'm not there yet.
Just a
Well,
quick
that
summary.
ain't
We
fun.
gave you 3 plan options. The one we would recommend would be the MERP, or the medical expense reimbursement. What it boils down to is, do you want to pay $13.21 or do you want to pay $12.21 and save $100 a month and still save $17,000? Now, in order for us to do this, we have to be your agent. You're going to have to fire your current agent, hire us to do all of this for you, which we're more than willing to do. So
And I've already fired someone today, so.
they did. Oh, you're in the mode.
So on the back of the comparison, let's keep going there a little bit. So, okay, the money we're talking about saving, you take that $100 and we drop that from $13.21 down to $12.21. Okay, the next comparison, you have 3 plans: dental, vision, and life. Okay. So right now, we can get you on the county dental plan. There's 9 right now on the medical. We can take that 9 and put that on a Beam dental plan. Single is $50 deductible, family max $150, $1,000 annual max, pretty standard. You got your 2 cleanings a year. It goes all the way down. Ortho, no orthodontics, no braces. Okay, 90% UNC. A single is $38.37 a month for a single. That's pretty reasonable when you look at other plans across the country. And for here you're at. For a family, $162. Okay, that's per month. You can go next to, we have 2 there. Look at MetLife. MetLife was about double from what Beam was. Okay, next one's Vision. They use VSP, largest vision network in the country. Your annual exam is $10. Material frames is $25. It's $130 for frames, and you go every year from the date of service. So if I went last November 1st to see the eye doctor, I can't go till November 2nd of 2024. You know, your medical's on your calendar year. Your dental's on a calendar year, but your vision is your point of service, your day that you went, 1 year. A lot of people get confused with that. Just want to make sure you know that. So you got frames. You're 12, 12, 24. You get an exam every 12 months. You get your lenses every 12 months. That last number 24 is your frames every 2 years. There are some plans that are rich. They're 12, 12, 12, and you get frames every year. But this is the 12, 12, 24. You get $130 worth of frames. The frames cost you $200. You have to pay 70, a little bit of, then you get a discount on that out of your pocket over that. So
And before you go on, just quickly, what does an annual eye exam cost?
Nothing.
Well, for you, nothing. But
okay,
for those of us that have to go in, it's going to run about $100 to $120 for an annual eye exam.
Mhm.
Okay, $10 copay, and that eye exam's paid at 100%. That right there has more than made up for the cost of the premium. Okay, I ran into somebody that said, well, I paid $600 for my glasses.
I wish I could.
Well, $600, but that includes the frame, that includes the eye exam, that includes the lenses. Okay, then what else did you have done? Did you have any photographs? Did you have any bifocals, trifocals, or anything else with that? So that's all additional, but the lenses, single vision, bifocal, trifocal, lenticular are all paid at 100% after a $25 copay. I bought Harley Davidson frames. You don't get any more fancy than Harley Davidson. I paid $130 for them, so you can do that. So
On this plan, Harley Davidson. lenses.
frames, yeah.
So you go out to Sturgis?
I
Or
have
you
been.
or you just walk around?
I just walk around with my
Oh,
frames.
okay.
okay.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah.
What about cataracts?
That's
That'd be
medical.
medical.
That's medical.
So we're already covered with that?
Mhm.
Okay, next one's life insurance. Basic life and accidental death and dismemberment. That's what the AD&D stands for. So right now, we're proposing a $25,000 life insurance policy for all the county employees. Okay, that's pretty much 42.5 cents a thousand. Comes to $10.60 a month per employee. With 9 employees, that's $95.40 a month. Right there. So, you know, the life insurance isn't about, it's for your family. We know what the cost from experience. I ran a Catholic cemetery for 10 years, worked for the bishop. And 25,000 is going to be pushing it to pay for everything. A full funeral and a marker and everything, you're not going to have much. So a lot of different entities pay 10, 15,000 from employees. We recommend 25. We want to make sure that everything's taken care of them when something happens. So you got some different benefits, accidental, accelerated death. For example, I came down terminal cancer and I went to the doctor and said, you got 6 months or a year to less than a year to live. I could go and take 12.5 for that 25 up front. And I'd have to see a couple of doctors sign off on it, but the insurance company then would give me the 12.5 up front. And then you deduct that after I'm gone.
It's still a term policy though.
Right.
It does have that benefit available.
So that's not on all of them, but it's on here, so. Okay, that's your ancillary products, your dental, vision, and life. So you add them up, you're talking per employee, about $115 so a month, $130 a month,
It's $55.
55.
If we were to do dental, vision, health, and life insurance, and what would that be per, let's say if Tanner, I'm just use Tanner as an example. If the county would pay for the dental, vision, health, and life, what would Tanner's total be for that?
If you went with our third plan, our third option,
The 1221.
where we reduce the cost by $100 a month,
Okay,
right now, remember, right now, your renewal, it's gonna cost you $13.21.
Right.
We're telling you to reduce it to $12.21, add $55 to that, so now you're still less than what you would have paid. You're gonna save $17,000 by doing the MERP, and you've got dental and vision and life insurance for the
And
employees.
you're still, with that,
And
you're
you're still
saving
saving money.
$45 a month ahead.
Yeah, we're at 1276.
Yeah.
and we did talk, Tanner's already did talk to your people, right? And they.
Okay,
they
well,
really like
let's
that.
back up just a second
Okay.
though. Does that have the Massa in here then?
No, that's
No,
another
Mass
$14.
is separate.
Okay,
So you take that 14, you're still $30 a month ahead.
Right, $12.90.
yeah, we'd be
Yeah,
at
You're still,
12.90,
you're still under the 13.21. You're
Yeah.
$30 below that
right,
with everything.
right. But I wanted just to make sure, you know, what it would be with the
Yeah.
Massa and, you know, that,
Now, I know
So
Sonia
really,
mentioned it,
life
but
would not change. It would be a benefit for everybody that's here, but
our insurance would be
Oh.
cheaper and we'd be able to give them more benefits.
correct,
basically.
that's what I want to
That's
say.
the bottom line.
Good job.
richer benefits is what we use. Now, with the Massa, we got mentioned, that includes everybody in your family up until the age of 26.
Okay,
So you have a 18-year-old son or daughter you needs help, they'll use that. So if you have 5 kids, 4 kids, that's all one family.
okay, okay.
So, questions?
Here's the dilemma though.
Sure.
You meet once a month. And this is, everything is looking at it 1/1. By the time we get everything rolled over, implemented, we really need you to make a decision very, very soon,
Yeah.
if not today.
Today, yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, here's the other thing. Did I show you the benefit
Yeah.
summary last week?
There was
I
a
just, and Deb asked how much a month per employee is gonna be. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the
$12.90.
$12.90.
So it's gonna cost less, if the taxpayers will pay
It'll be
less.
$30 less.
And that includes the dental, the vision, the life, and the math.
Then we're paying just for
Just
health
for the health
insurance.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the county saves 17,000 on top of it.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't include the $17,000.
Did we talk about the benefit book last time?
Yes.
Okay. This is what we will provide. We'll give the county, we'll give the Deb, and it goes through, lists everything in here. It lists all the benefits.
We'll have the same benefits we've got now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but we'll list everything in here. The SBC will be listed in here, the Cobra, everything, all the policy numbers, our numbers, the phone numbers for the insurance companies, for all the different carriers. And then one thing about it, we're looking at with the Beam, it's all one. So Dell will get one bill a month. So just have to rectify that each month. Got one check to Beam and it's all taken care of. We try to simplify it to the owner, or to Deb as the auditor. So.
Okay.
And I would appreciate that.
So, but to do that, as Roger mentioned earlier, this is called agent of record. As Roger's pretty much blunt said, fire your current agent, hire us. For us to take this over, this needs to be completed, signed. I filled it all out with policy number on already. Just need somebody's signature of authority. If you authorize Deb to sign it, put it in your minutes to switch, she can sign it, and it takes about 15 to 20 days to get it switched over, and we can get the process started. We can come back and work with Deb to get the employee enrollments meeting set up, and so we can meet with all the employees and get them set up, and so they can get these benefits all signed up for their families. So, questions?
Tanner, do you have one? You sit there kind of with with this look, and I'm wondering, are you,
No,
what, you know?
everything's the same
Yeah.
that I got right now.
Yep.
And
There's
it-
no
and
pre-authorization on nothing, just.
No.
The only thing that's gonna change is your ID card will say 5,000 instead of 25. But remember, we're gonna
in
buy all that
reality,
back
it's still
down.
25.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the vision and the dental, they get separate cards or
You'll get a Beam card, yeah.
beam card,
Yeah.
it's called, okay.
And then Beam also gives everybody toothbrushes, electronic toothbrushes.
No, you gotta sign up for it.
Yes, you have, because here's what happens. You
get
sign up for it,
discounts.
and it's signed into your into the Wi-Fi. They track, mother's watching you everywhere, okay? They can track, so you got 4 kids at home, they can track that got used 98% of the time. So when that time comes with everybody, end of the year, they lower your renewal because they know you're brushing your teeth, because they know you're not gonna have the cavities and the crowns and everything later. 100%.
Honest to God, they
I
do
have
that.
it, I have one in my car.
Oh, God,
Oh, no, because they want you to go to the dentist twice a year. They want you to get that preventive done.
hope they don't do weight that way.
Question, you're good?
Yep.
Because with the life insurance, they have to take it's a new group. So there's no anything with that. So a lot of times people do ask because, they have to take it or sign a new group. They have to take everybody.
Okay.
So, and then Rex, we could get you on to what you were asking too, then we'll just they'll come next month then, right? If they.
The
you guys
mass,
approve
yeah.
it. Come next month, and you just have to stop in for a few minutes. They could sign off on what you wanted to do, and then we could get going with that as well, so.
Well, that- I guess that was
Individual
my question.
applications for the mass, so we could send you a blank one and then you can
Perfect.
have everybody fill them out.
Perfect.
Okay, my question is, I know Rex, you don't take life insurance here. Mr. Luter too, we paid for his supplemental part. Reluctantly, he took it, but we paid for it. And, well, he did. I mean, come on, you guys. And I know you're on that, but does that mean that he'd be able to sign up for the dental and all that other stuff too?
Yes.
And the
And the
eye,
insurance, the 25 life insurance?
Now, keep in mind, the life insurance has got an age reduction on it. It's-
I got enough life insurance.
Well, I'm just, what I'm trying to say is whatever we're
Yeah.
offering to these guys should be available to you. Because they're trying to make me one of those old guys too, but the only reason I hung out is because this dental and life and all this other stuff, I got through that damn Aflac thing, and that Aflac just screwed the shit out of me last time. And I'm sorry, and I know I could go on that stuff, and I know I could get that part too, but for what I've been paying for the last 22 years, it covered all of that stuff, so why am I gonna, excuse me, allow you to get off when I got screwed over?
Yeah, so there.
Yeah,
So
And-
at
and
70,
it's-
it's 40% of the original amount, so.
Yeah, that's
Reduction.
not very much.
and then as far as this, they've got one too, I can't remember what it's called, Airvac or whatever it is out of Sanford. Sorry, girls, I just gotta
Oh,
put
that's
it out
fine.
here because
That's fine.
we went and, we sold a bunch of those Airvacs, I can't remember, Medvacs
Yeah.
or whatever. Theirs it's up to $69 a year now, and it's for your entire family. And I know 14 comes right out of whatever, but I'm also letting you know that there's other options here. Comes down to Rosebud. We landed right in the middle of somebody's cornfield and picked those ladies up, And that's why Rosebud utilizes it, because you're right, the $40,000, $60,000, $100,000 it takes to airback that stuff out.
But-
So just
Some of
let you
those
know.
Sanford is good, and we write for
No, and I'm
them. But
just-
the thing is with Sanford, you're out in Sturgis. Sanford gonna come out there and get you?
I went to Rosebud.
Yeah, Dan, some of those, when you talk about airbags and $69 a month,
No, $69 a
a
year.
year,
It went
so
up
this,
old $10.
this is monthly because there are additional, there's more to it than just the flight. There's ambulance and there's
And then
ground.
nurses
everything,
and,
and
yeah,
everything
There's
else
ground
you
with it
read
and
on.
everything.
this is what they provide to the veterans.
Yeah, so some of them are simply flight, some of them are more.
And it isn't only veterans, it's available to anybody, but they have it set up. So if you've got 6 kids in your family, if they're in your family, it covers them all.
and that's the way this is, right?
Exactly, but other than this, I'm just telling you, this is
And they
14
have-
and this is this.
Excuse me, they have richer plans. So if you wanna pay like 39 or 49, you go to Mexico, and you get sick down there, they'll fly you home from Mexico. They actually have it where they'll fly your spouse home.
Shoot you on the way.
If there's other plans, but this is the basic that we,
No, and I understand, I'm
So-
just,
questions, and then but
I
for us to get things going.
I got one question on this 65. That does pertain to the county, but I'm kind of curious. We run across this a couple times, we farm. And we don't furnish health insurance, but we help them pay their premium. And we had employees, when they turned 65, they had to take Medicaid or Medicare. And the government come back and said unless they were self-employed, they had to take it. They had no choice. And they didn't want it to be they wanted to keep their private insurance carrier, but the government says no.
I turned it
For
down
individual policy.
because it was really,
Yeah, that's different
Bubbling
from
by
the
now.
group. When you have an employer group plan, you can stay on that plan.
Yeah.
Instead of getting Part D and a drug card and everything like that. But on small group, by law, you can technically push them off and you can force them to get on Medicare if you want to.
Wow.
So, but on an individual plan, yeah, you can't have it anymore. You have to get on Medicare.
Unless, they said unless you were self-employed, then you
Yeah,
can stay on.
correct.
Okay,
Did that answer your question?
you betcha, thank you.
Okay, all right.
And Medicare's a tricky thing.
Oh, yeah.
trying to make you old.
And two, isn't it, if you don't sign up when you're eligible, then you're docked 10% for
There's
every month for the rest of your life.
there's a penalty, absolutely, yeah.
There's different penalties for, Part D or Part be.
I know, Harley's gonna go on in April.
Or not. So, well, we gotta look at all
Now
that.
that this would be included in it, I would have no objection because I'd be willing to go down to that old people's plan.
Yeah, you're gonna, they're gonna leave here pretty soon, so if you guys wanna, if you make a motion, we're gonna, whatever you're gonna do.
And then we can get this signed and we can keep moving and start the wheel moving on our end. It's gonna take a few weeks to get this going.
So when's the effective date? This will be
1/1.
beginning of January?
January 1st.
Well, I'll move.
I'll second it. Well, we gotta pick, and you said there's 3 different plans or something. You was-
Well, the one we're talking about is that,
The third.
The third one.
1291.
The 12, the
Yeah,
12.
the one that carries
third one.
this, the one that goes with this.
Yeah.
It should be in the
Yeah.
motion though.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain.
So first to approve Risty benefits as
As
an
your
agent
agent
of
of
record,
record.
second, which plan?
yeah, I need a motion to approve Risty benefit.
Yep, that one's done.
Risty.
Yep.
And all in favor? Aye.
Yes, aye.
Okay, okay. And then I need a motion to, it's
Just plan number 3.
plan number 3, which would include eye, vision,
Dental.
dental,
Life.
life, and
Mass.
massa
I'll move to take plan 3.
In the bundle.
in the
In the
bundle,
bun- Huh?
in the bundle.
In the bundle.
Plan 3 bundle.
Is that okay, Mr. Attorney? All right.
I'm not on it, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it's good, guys.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Who would you want to sign it? You want to sign it?
yeah, I can sign it for you.
You say this is AOR agent transfer. So we're taking a former agent coin out of mill. That's what wants to work with other. Here's your policy
I'm glad
number.
this is so confusing.
You want to sign
So,
your name and everything?
When did you say I could get my glasses?
I'm sure we're ready to each other several times.
January 1. January 2nd when they open.
If you want-
I'll bring you, cause I gotta do this for 3 years.
Oh, I know.
Right, county commission chair.
I got about 6 pairs.
So do I.
I must go to the high class store.
Notre Dame every year. You know Father Ed Anderson?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I'm Presbyterian.
Okay,
Six of us.
we'll move on. Dave,
David's here.
yeah, I seen that. Okay, thank you guys very much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thanks for the
Okay.
pins.
David, did you have something for us?
Okay, I'm not gonna save you $17,000.
You want us to buy something?
I got about 3 little issues. First off, I'd like to have you look at that plan from 10, 15 years ago, how to redo the courthouse lawn and area.
Alright.
Okay,
It
Was that
included
in memory of?
replanting a bunch of trees. You saw
In
that.
memory of your dog?
Yeah, and then build a pavilion over the old jailhouse and preserve it. And in that pavilion, take a, like a picnic area on there and a storage area and so on. To preserve that old jail. Then it could be open even for public viewing and there are things, you know. So
okay,
that's part of it. I think she's gonna get that. That would be something, and then at that point also, it would be part to resurface the parking lot.
No.
You know, that needs to be done. And that would define the edges of the parking lot so much better.
But I know everyone.
You know,
This
that's,
is what he's talking
something
about,
like that.
guys.
Okay, I don't know. This is, there were
When was
a
the
bunch
last
of
time we
trees
did
and so
that
on.
parking lot?
Well, it's been a while. I cleaned it up this weekend, but it's been a while. I think it needs to be sealed or whatever needs to happen.
yeah, we talked about it, but when they were redoing that road, but we didn't catch them in time. Yeah,
The cost, I think at that time was around $50,000 to do all that. Now it's probably 100. You know,
yeah,
but that's one of the things that, you know, that would be a nice. Secondly, now, the storage or what do you call it over there, the
shop,
shop. there's lights problem over there. And, what I was proposing to do is change the bulbs in that shop to like these LEDs. I did this about, 2 years ago, I thought, and boy, this is, I figured there's 117 bulbs in that area. To change out, you have to disconnect the ballast. Now you eliminate the ballast and you put in, wash the fixture and put in bulbs. And it'll increase about double the amount of light in there at 1/3 of the cost. Now, I checked with Central Electric. They will give us a rebate of about $150 for a reduction of amps and whatever on that. But I figured about $700 to replace and do them all. Now you can look into seeing whatever you have your nephew do it or whatever. But that's just a point thing to look at.
Well, it's more energy efficient. So did you go in for the rebate when you did these ones?
Yes, we did. I don't know if we did get a I think it was like $300 or something we got back on these.
Mhm.
And it was only about like $1,000 or something to do them all.
It's the light bulbs that cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know we redid some barns and, our lights are different. But shoot, the rebate ended up paying for the light bulbs.
Yeah, that's about right. Yep. So that was two things,
Mhm.
Also, this year, the Christmas tree, I've had people scream and yell at me because I was getting paid to decorate that Christmas tree. I didn't get paid, and Lloyd Luter provided the tree, the lights, and he helped me do it. So it's we come to the consensus now, we're gonna clean that up.
What's that mean?
Yeah,
What
get it out
does
there,
it mean?
Cut the tree down.
Well,
No. Well, what does that
No,
mean? What are you gonna do it? What are you gonna do?
You're not gonna
I'm not gonna do anything.
He's just taking the lights out, right?
Yeah, and just, remove there's some.
We won't have a Christmas tree
We won't have a Christmas tree. I mean,
unless we
that's-
provide it.
Well, isn't that our tree?
Yeah, we're not removing the tree. He's just removing the light.
Just-
He's not gonna do it because he's getting complaints, which is,
Complaints and people griping, but,
No Christmas spirit. Come
yeah, I
on.
know it.
Ah, humbug.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
how?
So, anyway,
How much if I pay you to do it?
well,
Well, they accused you of that to begin with. I mean, you
yeah,
know.
that's
least it's
another
some kind
point
of
if you wanna
tradition.
discuss
And you know what,
that.
I wanna tell you, I appreciate all the little touches of home you get when you come here, something friendly, you used to come here and geez. I
My,
appreciate all that.
my lift has been broke down for the last couple months, so I haven't been able to get up to do things with it. I got it fixed now.
So is it available right now if I see that everything's there? So Lee can go or
We
Tanner
could-
or
we
myself,
could
we can just plug it
Decorate
in?
it. I thought it looked beautiful the last couple of years.
it has.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'd have to fix some lights and stuff, but I have that all, bulbs and replace it.
Well, I think it should be done. If they bitch about it, tell them to call me. I think it's baloney. I really do.
Yeah,
I
it is a
mean,
beautiful
There's
tree.
more important
It-
things.
There are
than
more,
that,
I
you know?
mean, that's dilly-dally squat as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we've got to be, that's,
Well, every other town, every city, they decorate, they put lamp post up and all this stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah, but anyway, and it's a beautiful tree. It's just
Yeah.
perfect shape.
Would you do it?
I would do it if it, if it's wanted to be done.
yes.
And I would not charge, just
Well, is there something that we could provide to help you with that other than?
Yeah, I
You got the lights?
Lloyd said he would help me again,
Okay.
and the lights are here. I got them underneath, they're in a box underneath the tree there.
I tipped that on its side so the water didn't.
I
come
turned
through
it
the
over
lid.
one time.
Okay,
and-
all right, yeah.
But anyway,
Kind of
that's
tidied up a little.
separate issues anyway.
Okay.
So,
Well, those are things we can consider,
right,
David.
that's all I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, all right.
Thank you.
And I did get everything put together so it's in here for you guys to sign.
Oh,
for
I
his
haven't
last
been paid
year.
yet for mowing this.
Right.
Yeah,
so
it's
there,
in
and
the
then-
vouchers and we're
Right.
And
good.
then the wind,
It was usually in September, but this is, it's kind of,
I know, where's this year went?
All right, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there's funding too, as we've talked before, for beautification and different
Yeah.
things. So District 3 might be able to help us with that.
Okay. All right.
Do you wanna do this first, so it's done?
What's your thoughts on the lights before we move on? Does it need it or?
Well, it's the cost savings is the biggest.
If it's a cost savings and we can get a rebate on it, I mean, where it's all close to a wash,
Central does that.
then that's
That's a no-brainer. you
a
guys.
good deal then.
I just didn't want to
Just
move on
don't put them
without.
green. or
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
Well, not red.
No. Did I hear him right, 700 to change them and a rebate?
Maybe, you know, so we gotta get something.
I mean, it's-
definite.
I mean, if you can still do it, say, for 500.
Well,
That's about what it looks like it's gonna cost.
Then
Well,
I would say.
I move that
Maybe he
we-
can write something up.
do it.
It's gonna save us in the long run.
I think it's already in there to just, as soon as you guys sign the vouchers of it, I think it's,
It just opens up people's.
I'll have to look at his
I thought
voucher.
he
He
said
sent me
that
a
was
voucher.
That's.
Lawnmower.
That was for lawn.
There's lawn mowing and something else. You'll have to pull it out. I didn't tell. but
Oh, in here?
Yeah. So
Sorry,
pull
I
up David.
really thought they had. something.
Okay, we have a bid for the plow for $275. It was on our old truck.
It's an
For
old
how much?
one-way plow that was on.
For $275.
So we're selling it or?
Selling, yes.
We're trying to push make them.
How long have we advertised it?
Huh?
How long have we had?
A couple weeks and,
Oh, since last commissioner's.
Yeah,
Is
since-
that,
yeah.
is that acceptable?
yeah,
This was the only bid.
Take it and run.
Well, I always know what low bid means, so I don't know what a bid means. I mean, but I don't know low bid stuff.
this is the only bid, so.
I'll move to accept the bid for the.
I'll second.
smooth run.
All in favor? Okay.
You'll get a hold of them.
Yep.
Okay.
There it is. Steve, can we make a motion on these lights? If it's to do it, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
we're talking $700.
Yeah, I think I would. I'm not sure you'd need to on all those things, but I would.
All we do is we give them permission to.
Okay, so,
It's not,
I
it's
don't
not a
see
number that you
anything.
need to make the motion on.
right,
It's kind of like an upkeep thing,
okay,
Yeah.
but I would.
okay,
As long as we're under 50,000, we can do it, right?
yeah,
I mean, I believe, right?
so. Do you want to let David go ahead, he can,
Is that one? This is what David gave me this.
The last one too, I started in the front. Buffalo County Highway Department. The infrared heater,
Oh,
fan number something, 551.
That must have been from when I first started, he was fixing a heater and then,
Okay, so this
He
must
got
have been for the
COVID.
heater then, huh?
yeah,
yeah.
So this is for the heater. So there's
That's
nothing in
something
here for
different
the
then.
central. And I don't think you would have anything until probably have to pay for the lights. Probably
yeah,
have them.
okay. Tenor,
Secure those LED lights, have them secure those LED lights and so we can get an invoice for them and there's no reason why you can't do it.
Okay.
And, you know, we leave it kind of up to Tanner to handle.
yeah,
Well, that's what he needs to.
As far as building stuff goes, there's an old heater in that one bay, called the wash bay. It's heated, but the thing kicks on and off all the time. It's old, one of them fan force one, which,
Okay.
and when CHS was there working on some stuff, they suggested we seriously look at upgrading that just because of just the efficiency of it is, it's not there. It's kicking in and out all the time.
Is it running
And he
on
was gonna get a
electricity?
price. I don't think it's gonna be super expensive, but I am gonna get a price just.
Is it an electric heater or is it?
No, it's propane.
Propane, okay.
And it's got a pilot light. It's very outdated,
okay,
but don't know nothing on
Well,
it. But anyway, here's,
again, building maintenance, I think it's something.
Yeah.
It's gonna be winter again, you guys.
Yeah.
You have to stay there a couple
and it's
months.
running, but it kicks in and out all the time. It's just. Okay, regular unleaded $3.39, ethanol is $2.99. Number 1 is $3.99 and number 2 is $3.55. Oh, well.
I'll move to accept.
Okay, Danita makes a motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
Other
Okay.
stuff we ain't got nothing exciting, but did a lot of blading. Where the pictures at? Them ones? There's just pictures of some gravel here.
Tribe come up with the money yet?
Yep,
Yep,
Did it?
getting there. Yep, truck's gone.
Truck's gone.
yeah, they're driving it. Harley and I seen it the other day going to here and
It
Danita,
passed me today. I
and
said,
Danita seen it today.
that's the first time in 20 years I've seen that pickup or that truck, whatever it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
think
I know, she said it's gone by hers,
Oh.
but it's never been on my side.
Had to been, that's how they used to haul gravel.
So I took this is on the Shelby Road on that first mile. Don, you probably know how washboardy it
Oh,
always gets and
God,
stuff.
yes.
That stuff's been down there, just because I thought it was interesting. That there really ain't washboarding it, is it,
No.
at all?
Mm-mm.
That's
And
where you
that's
mix the
because
clay in.
We
Yeah.
mixed clay in it, and I hauled it from Don and Harley's over there and mixed it with that, and that stuff stuck.
That clay
Really
is
good.
unbelievable.
That's really good clay. Super good,
That's
so
nice.
we
That's
might be
not
putting a
near
little
what
money
it
into
used
the
Do you have quite a
gravel.
bit of it yet, Don?
Huh?
Do you have quite a bit of that clay yet?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it's well worth it doing it. Because, well, Glenn, I hauled a little bit this spring on his road and it don't hold together, does it? It just washboards up.
Just straight gravel you're talking?
Mhm.
Yeah, it just washboarded up and so I wanna, like the Oak Place will get this, but that's what I'd like to do. Anything with hills, intersections, stuff like that, I'll use it where we need it, and I'm gonna try to skimp by with what we got in the places that maybe ain't so in the middle of a stretch where everybody's doing 90 and we'll put.
Going up a hill off the highway.
Mhm.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think there's anything cool on here this month.
Terrell County should use them too.
Yeah, that's about it for that. And okay, so
Careful with the phone there.
just been blading, hauled gravel. Finished mowing. Truck is sold, got the check for that. Got the check for the culverts for that cost share that we did culverts with the tribe over there for the farm. They paid.
What was the cost share? I can't remember this half.
Half of the culverts.
The farm, yeah, the cost share at 50% with us to
How much was it?
do them for
'Cause I know
20, little over 2,000 was half.
It's in that there as well, Tanita, in our vouchers.
This one, but I
Total
know
was
they
4
got
something.
what they paid for the truck.
I've been working on the grant, which way more work than I ever imagined. We put the wing on the truck just in case. I'm working on the mulcher that kind of figured out what's going on with that. It had a bad relief valve, got that switched, so one of the motors is working. Got one more test, but I think it's the motor on the side of it that's bad, I think. It's either that or the pump. Got it down to 2 things, but we've been doing that. We have an hour at night or froze up in the morning or something. So that'll be working the way it should be again. I tried the road groomer out.
Don't ask him how he likes it.
We'll park that for a while and discuss that after I figure out a few other things. Hauled some oversize. So, and the oversize went to this rock crossing. So
Is that open again?
it's gonna stay that way till spring, I think. So it's working the way it's supposed to, but 2 5-inch rings is taking care of. The culverts are there, but everything on top's gone.
All the rocks on?
It's gone. And so now it's holding up on it needs cleaned out. I talked to Feischner's, they're actually coming out to the Fort and Lower Brule. And he said he'd swing in and clean it out for $500-600, and we have to do it. So I'm gonna have them clean
The
it
stuff
out,
that you're talking, the stuff.
reach out there. I can't get down there with a loader. If we had a backhoe, I could drive right on it and clean it back.
Mhm.
I said, they're coming, so it's cheap enough.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have them do that. But I think I'm gonna leave it closed until, I got oversize on it now, and I'm gonna leave it that way.
After spring runoff.
After the spring, we'll worry about it again. It handled the 2-inch rains, but it did not handle the 4s and 5s and everything else. I guess it did handle it. It did what it's supposed to. We just weren't supposed to get them. Other than that, I think that's about it.
Okay. I have 2
Can I
questions.
ask a question and
Yep,
make a comment maybe?
yep.
Question, has anybody made a comment on these signs and reflectors and stuff that they put up?
Hold on.
They're pretty damn narrow.
Say that again.
They're narrow. You can't even hardly get a 30-foot head
We know.
down the road.
Yep.
And then what's gonna happen, we get snow and you're gonna wing snow back. They're way too close.
Yeah, and we have nothing to do with it. That's,
Did
That's-
anybody complain to the state about it or?
Yep.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the state spec. There ain't one thing I can do about it. I came back from a camping trip because I had so many phone calls, to be honest with you. And I spent
yep,
all day on the phone with state engineers. And they basically said, yep, sorry. I mean, that was
yeah,
the end
they,
of it.
said, we want them to stay up until we get, our inspection done.
Inspection done. So,
When was they gonna
Well,
do that?
Most of them need to be there, but they.
I haven't got it.
I know. Oh, I totally agree, but yeah,
you know, that's,
So-
and that's what the state standards are, not, they don't necessarily live out in the middle of Buffalo, you know what I mean?
And
I
you
mean,
know
that's
where
what they
those
go
people
by.
making the standards are not out here.
And another just comment, the roads, you know, they're looking pretty good, but what we're noticing, we're losing the crown a little bit. You got a ridge of gravel on one side, the other side, you're digging down,
Yeah.
leaving the groove. And there's nowhere for the water to run off. You get a heavy rain, it's gonna sit in that road.
Yep. A
So,
lot of them like that.
yeah,
I should
that's,
say a lot, but there's
that's how you're grading now. And so there's gonna be a problem down the road with that.
Yep.
So I don't know what to do to get away from it. I guess the ridge you're cutting on the other shoulder, maybe go out farther. Don't,
Yeah, yes, you are correct. There's
yeah,
so,
don't leave that. You're making a
a gutter.
gutter. That's what
Yep.
you're making, yeah.
Yep.
Looks like old Iowa roads right now.
One thing, if you get that mulcher going, if you pull that crap up and you hit it with that, that really
Yeah.
gets rid of them. lumps
So in the
and
spring,
bumps
we'll
and
go
stuff.
retrieve, and I'm gonna, on a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them will do an aggressive tree retrieve, gonna use the blade and establish a shoulder again, but it's gonna pull a lot more junk up than the disc does. And then we're gonna run behind it with that mulcher, well, I want that going, just to speed the process up, otherwise you throw it back and forth for 3 months and it.
And maybe next year, better spraying or something to keep those fireweed down so we don't have big bundles of weed around the road.
That's what I said at the beginning, that they've changed the plan on that already for the kochia. Because they're, what are they putting in it, something, don't remember.
Yeah,
Something in there anyway, because that was the first thing I told them, I said it didn't work.
Cause that turned out to be a mess.
no.
Real big mess.
It's a good year for kosher.
Oh,
That's right.
Good year for
They
old weeds.
grew.
I guess every year, just different ones do better.
okay.
Okay, you said you were working on a grant. Which grant you working on?
One for a new blade,
For the truck?
No, for
no,
new,
for a new grove grader,
Hmm.
I guess, so.
so,
Working on that, it's just taking,
okay,
And then engineers coming next month.
yeah.
Yeah,
IMEC
IMEC
will be
here next month.
December.
okay. Moving on, DOE, Lee.
okay. Wasn't here last month. I was at Pier for the Basics course. I successfully completed that. And we have 2022 sales caught up and entered, working on 23. And I think at the time of the last meeting, we've seen the bronze award through safety benefits the safety award that Buffalo County, I think we have that on the hallway out there.
Tanner's going for the highway too, right now.
So you said you completed it, so you certified now?
It's the basics course.
Okay,
So
The
the
5-day
big one,
basic
the
course.
big one's coming up
okay,
yet.
the one that's certified, right?
Yep.
When, that should be kind of soon.
I'd have to look again. It's,
Well, good luck.
yeah, it's the big one, so. Let's see. That does it for DOE. Weed update, we were intended to meet today, and we did. We didn't have enough for a quorum, but some of the things we talked about the truck. And our old spray tank is kind of delaminating, maybe would you say it? We got pictures of that. I think everything we talked about today, we just touched on, and what we're gonna do is reschedule for the December and do a weed meeting then. The local noxious weed list was on the agenda today. We just talked briefly about that.
That has to be approved before January, right?
January 25th is the deadline for that. So all the other requirements have been met. The inspection report's been sent in, or inspection summary. The next deadline, November 15th, that is for the grant application. And I've got that just about completed and ready to send. Rich Coleman and myself attended the Weed and Pest District 2 meeting in Mitchell. That's a requirement for the grant. And then also I touched briefly on the Weed and Pest Convention, Spearfish, February 21st through the 23rd. 2 must attend as a requirement for the grant. About 2 months ago, I booked 3 rooms, and anybody that wants to go can certainly go, so that we're sure to have 2. The 3rd room could be canceled at any time, so I just wanted to make sure that.
Now as supervisor, you have to go all 3 days though, right?
Yeah,
And the other
see,
ones are just 2, right?
that's correct. The morning of the 21st is supervisor's training, and it concludes, the convention concludes on the 23rd, so. That sign up is already done, so,
Is this the first time you've gone to a convention?
no,
Last year you did too, didn't you?
last year was in Huron.
Here and yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Rich and I,
Mr. Coleman went as well.
that's exactly right, yep.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing anything, that's it. So we'll reschedule and do a weed meeting, well, December 4th or 5th. And we'll do the same thing. We can do an 11:30 or noon or something like
There's
that.
2 meetings in December for commissioners.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
what-
can-
I
Okay.
was reminded of today, so.
Lee, the other day I took a call from Joe Shields, he's the housing director, to talk to you about that.
Okay, yep,
About, they're putting everything in the computer now, re-entering it. So it's not gonna have like Knott's Landing House, whatever it is.
Right.
They want the regular 911.
oh, yeah,
So would you be able to supply him with some maps? We used to have maps. I don't know if we still have maps of like those housing clusters over there.
okay. Do you have some contact information? I'll call him and make sure he gets what he needs.
All right,
Yeah, Joe Shields?
Yep.
Joe.
over at housing.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, let's move on. Auditor, RDO, Deb.
Okay, there were 3 hospitalizations. I gave them
That's
to,
all.
but it's nothing that we'll move on. So he's
Okay.
viewed them, so I think we're okay with that one. Treasurer and auditors for September worked. I have that out there for you guys.
Yep,
Register of deeds, I have that out there for you guys.
yep.
And then Danita, you wanted D, or 7D, satellite office.
Yeah, I apologize. In my other bag, I have a resolution that the council passed, tribal council passed, before last month's meeting. And what they would really like for us to consider is a satellite motor vehicle license. We had talked about a kiosk before, remember? And when the state had COVID funds, they offered these satellite offices out. A lot of the reservations were able to take advantage of that, and we didn't put in for it. So when I started inquiring about it, it said it was, I don't know, it was obstinate, like 200,000 for the damn machine, and it's like 90,000 a year to keep it running or something like that. However, she did tell me, the lady at Motor Vehicles, that they would be willing to subsidize a satellite office for us over there, whereas we would go over there, open up, probably just like a driver's ed thing, you go in there and you get your licenses or whatever. You'd go over there and she'd set up an office and we could process our renewals, a lot of that stuff, and the computer would be such that she could take it. and print
Well,
it.
I called and
Okay.
talked to her, and she said the only thing they're gonna supply us is the printer. The computer is our responsibility. And it's our responsibility to take license plates from here
Yeah.
to over there. There's no plate. She said, everything is our responsibility.
It's
And,
just another part of extension of this office.
right, but there's no place to store. It would be up to Janice to have to carry everything from here to there every time.
It'd have to be a new
Because it wouldn't be
computer,
a
too.
permanent office. It wouldn't be a permanent office. There would not be a printer there all the time.
No, the only thing they will supply us though is a printer. Everything else we have to pay for, is what she told me. So that's all I know, because I called and visited with her,
Okay.
so.
Well, and I called and she told me that she had talked to somebody here. And when I brought Janice in that day and I asked her if she had heard, and she said like, maybe that was you that she talked to. I don't know. But I do know that there's a lot of times and a lot of businesses that I think she should be over there, or at least an opportunity for them. We missed a kiosk, I know she didn't do anything card-wise until we forced her a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I
You know.
don't, okay, and,
And the kiosk is kind of like that too.
Right.
And you could pay for it. It kicks out the machine or whatever it is, but it is expensive. She's the one that suggested the satellite office, and she didn't tell me anything like that. She told me they would be willing
Yeah.
to.
because I did call over there to find out, because you had said that, so I called and I said, okay, I want to know.
Yep.
And she said, well, the only thing I'm going to tell us we'll pay for is the printer. You're gonna have to come up with the computer and whoever goes. And the other thing, I did find out that we can't force her because she's an elected official. It's gotta be her decision to go and do it.
Well, people put you in, people take you out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So,
I'm just,
I understand what you're saying. It's been like that all along,
yeah,
okay? And thank God we were able to at least now pay by debit card. I mean,
Mhm.
before you had to bring in a money order or run over there to get a money order. Oh, come on, we're on the middle of nowhere. So let's take advantage of
Yeah.
some of this information and welcome to the world here.
Well, when you buy the kiosk, you gotta use some kind of money, don't you, like a credit card or something?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I asked for a
call,
kiosk,
I
but the
think you-
kiosk is a $200,000 machine.
yeah.
I think she can mail stuff to people. I think that can be arranged.
You know where our mail goes when you put it in the mail here?
Sioux Falls, maybe, I don't know.
Here.
Here in Sioux Falls, comes back around to Chamberlain
I
and
know
up.
bills get
Oh my
here
God,
really
it's only less
fast.
than 20 miles over that way. Come on now.
Well,
I think that we would have to come up with, if you wanted the satellite office, I think we would have to come up with a secured office space that would have to be paid for.
well, then
It'd
you'd have
be
to have
secured.
somebody, she'd be gone.
Right, and then
And
we would
then-
have a day off. She would have to leave and go over to there and do that. So, and there's some, and
That's
so it'd
because
be
she
a new,
doesn't want to hire a deputy.
it'd be a new computer and it would be a new printer. But they said the printer would be paid
Mhm.
for on that one.
It's the printer that prints out
Right.
the,
And we've already done the 2,000 this budget year. So I think everybody has to kind of look at it.
Oh, knock it off, Deb. There's amendments, okay?
I know there
There's
is.
paperwork. It's what's
Sure.
called as paperwork.
Right,
Okay.
I'm just
And it's not like, I haven't said this before, okay? But, no, I think it's time that we try to do something here. And I do have a motion from the tribe for consideration, okay? The other one that I didn't put on there, what I'm gonna mention anyway, because it comes along the same lines. Okay, state of South Dakota redistrict all these legislative districts. Our district now, Buffalo County, that goes down to, what is it, wait, 26?
something like
25,
that.
whatever. now includes the part of the reservation that's in Highmore, or Hughes County, and also Hyde County.
Mhm.
So my question to the WAPA, this one here, is, the whole purpose of that was to help get out the vote and help the Medicare Act. Now, I can't see Hyde and Hughes County, which they're eligible for WAPA funds, but they have to be determined yes or no, because they're not one of the three, which Buffalo County already is. To come back down, and there's probably 100 voters there. There's probably I don't know, maybe a couple hundred out there in Big Bend, West Bend, but that's still part of our district of voting. So our Have a Grant helps Buffalo County here. What I'm saying is that they're still part of the tribe here. And it's going to be my intention to go after some kind of funds to help those 300 individuals out there. Because for them to vote up at the school there, those areas up that way, they have to go all the way to Highmore to vote. This is early voting, okay? Over here at West Bend, they could go any place in Hyde County or Hughes County, because Hughes County has a central voting, help me out here, central voting type of deal, okay? So if I live here, I can go to Hollenberg and vote. Everything's all on there. State of South Dakota ain't even that big. We should be able to do that for everybody in our state, but they don't do it that way. So I'm looking at some kind of solution, and I'm just telling you this is because this is what I'm going after. And I'm not asking, I'm just asking you to consider it, because you know what? These people are part of what our whole district here. Maybe it doesn't help us, but they're still part of the district.
And that'd be more going towards Secretary of State, or I
And
gave you
I'm
that
just-
gal's
and
name.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
This is what I'm doing, okay?
So you can go to Hollenberg and vote? Is that
If
what
you're in,
from
if
Fort
you're in,
Thompson?
no, you're not listening
You
to
said
me.
I can go to Hollenberg
No, those people out in Hughes County,
in that county.
the Hughes County can go any county or any place,
In the
polling site, or what's it called, polling site, or whatever it is, like
In their
courthouse.
county.
Yep. Okay, and the one that they have
When you say
there,
early voting, what do you mean?
Let's Help America Act, what is it, 6 weeks before? or-
Right.
Oh,
Help me out,
okay,
help me out
okay.
here.
Okay.
I should
So
know
we'd
this,
have a
I know I should
designated
know
person
this.
sitting in Fort Thompson area to be able to do early voting.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they
And then
open up
only
a little
early voting
satellite.
here, and then also, so there would be 2 spots instead of just every
And,
day.
and what, is that every day then, or?
6 weeks,
For
Monday
6
through
weeks.
Friday during business hours.
Okay.
Or unless they decided in Fort Thompson they want to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
And
or.
I know
yeah.
that through the powwow that one year, you guys were out there too, catch them as they come through. So, I mean, that hasn't been determined yet, but all I'm saying is this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm just letting you know. So,
Okay.
Is
I'm
that
not sure.
absentee voting then, when
You can
they
do
go
absentee
early
also.
like that?
Yep.
Cause I even absentee vote
Yep,
with my stamp, to get it done.
And I have talked to the lady. I know, I don't need permission here, but I gotta go to Hughes County and I have to go to Hyde County. So that's why I'm telling you,
Oh, okay.
okay? That's why I'm telling you. I'm not
Okay,
trying to
yeah,
make a
no.
decision here. This is what I'm after, is they will give them the same opportunity that the rest of the reservation has.
okay.
Okay.
and that's, again, if there could be a designated secure spot for somebody to sit there, and we could keep the stuff in a vault type area. And that's what I was gonna come talk to you guys and talk to you, and then maybe the council over there, and see if we could have a designated
know,
spot.
This is 9 months away, and I thank you for doing this, because I don't like doing it like next day or whatever
Right.
it is. We got plenty of time to plan for this, and I'm just letting my intentions be known. So,
Would that stuff have to be stored there? Would somebody have
I-
to drive it back to the courthouse every day?
I would like to be able to store it for the 6 weeks that are there. I
Okay.
think it would make more sense, because
Yeah,
if
that's-
you drive back and forth, if somebody gets in an accident and you got those ballots, then
I
you're,
think what the sheriff did, Sheriff Wellman, allowed them to store them over at the jail, at the law enforcement center.
right?
And then they could pick them up from there, and
Last year I had somebody drive them.
Yeah.
And so that
well,
probably
that's the
wasn't the
actual ballots.
safest.
This
right?
is for the Hava part, yeah.
So you're,
There's ways you can work it out.
So it'd be nice if we could find a secure place for both of what you're asking for, so, and we, so.
The tribe got something or?
That's what I'm suggesting, if there's a
Lock
secure
the hole.
spot, yep.
Okay. All right, Chad Olson, certificate of compliance.
And this is more just a courtesy thing, it's just that I wanted everybody to know that that was happening, so I just want to pass that around. And we looked at where it's at, and
I
it's
did
not,
too.
okay,
I had lazy, after I got the numbers, I pulled it up.
okay,
There was no problem.
so that
Okay,
should be good, like I said, it's just a courtesy thing, and,
okay.
I'm gonna make a comment on that. We've been hollering about this comprehensive plan in this county for a long time. You know, like Deb said, this is courtesy, you don't have to do it. And you can't stop anybody from doing
Right.
anything about it.
right now, yep.
Yep. SDML 2024.
So we can look at both of the next SDML and South Dakota Public Alliance. Those are the insurances that we go through for everything. We've been doing it for
Liability.
years. I just need approval from you guys for me to go ahead and sign off. So if we could just say yes to those two renewals.
How much are they? Where are they? In the bills?
Yeah, they're in the bills, but here's the two.
SDPAA, is that one?
Yeah, she's got them right there.
Nothing's really changed from the last. So here is the one. So if I get it in time, that's quite a savings. And then if Tanner and all of us, the sheriff, the Tanner,
This is our rate of liability.
yeah, so we would also
Where's
get
the one
some
that has
discount
the, buildings?
right here.
Okay, this is, liability, professional
Keep all
liability.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, but that, sorry, you got that
Yeah.
part. So this is the other one.
It's like 8,400. It's 13,000 if she doesn't get it paid right away. Big, yeah, big savings to pay it on time. Do you want to see it anymore, Rex?
It's nothing's changing. Tanner and I have to do a little bit of work on them to change, there's some, yeah, the equipment and stuff, yeah. So,
We've got everything, we got 9 vehicles.
yeah, so Tanner and I will go through all these, and then the sheriff has his portion, and
That's not included in these ones?
this is what you're looking at, so we need to, like, if you let me authorize it through you guys, then I would be able to do these.
Update them.
Yep.
Basically.
Did Yvette work this month?
She hasn't been here for 2 months.
Oh, no, you should. Got the radio tower. Radio tower is almost
You
on.
acquired it, don't you?
That's not what we pay, right?
What's that?
The value, that's the value.
I think I told you that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
And that one too, that's got the radio tower and all that kind of crap in it, so that's why I wanted to look for the building.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but
Yeah, you did tell me about that.
I didn't realize it was. a big
And our
deal.
prices are
They
pretty
vote on
comparable to
things
last
to
year
get-
from
They're
Gold.
gonna be less.
Are they?
I didn't know that.
Well, I'll
Now,
make
do
a
they
motion
go
to approve.
up here and
Rex, do you want to
stuff?
second the motion to approve these?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Same sign. Okay, health insurance
We already
renewal,
did.
we took care of.
Yep. So then we have we only got one liquor license, and I just would have to have
And
the chairwoman sign off on those. I just,
After approved,
and it's for
we
the
get the
casino.
resolution,
I just got the casino is it, so.
but we get the resolution for it.
This is the whole packet, but that's theirs in the front. What's going on now? And then I'll have you sign off at the end.
So I'll move.
I'll grab that one from you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we need to have an executive session? Steve?
That huge bill we got out there, I wrote them and said, we don't have the money. I did not hear a response back from them.
That was for who?
They didn't respond in any way, shape, or form. Really, nothing's happening right now, so I don't know if there's more to do on it yet.
Nothing to explain there.
Nothing to explain other than, until they make a move, we're not gonna make a move. Okay?
Okay,
My opinion.
How many do we have out there like that, Dave?
just that one.
We're talking about the big one.
Huge.
Yeah, I don't, but I mean, I've been here many years. How many of these do we have out there like that? That we're waiting to make a move on or have them make a move
Oh,
on?
I
That's
think
what I'm
you're
saying.
thinking, this is the deal where we, got a guy arrested, we went to jail, and then we had a fight.
Mhm.
That's the only one I'm talking about.
Okay.
There really, I don't think are others. Like sometimes we have a continuing, bill we get from, I wanna say Yankton, that we haven't paid in years and years and years about things that we dispute.
No,
And we had a few in relation to, arrests that were made that they did, what I call, rape kits, and we didn't pay those, and we kind of said to them, we're not going to, you show us if you want to. And they haven't yet, so
When you're talking about that, how about restitution? We have somebody that's
paying
paying
restitution.
restitution. All that goes back into the sheriff's department, or should I divvy a little bit of that in for administrative?
Depends on what it's
for-
restitution for, like they wreck a sign or they wreck something that we have.
He's staying in the jail, I think.
Oh, he got ordered to pay restitution for the jail.
Right, and then they send us a bill, and for right now, I've been, Janice and the sheriff said to just give it all to the sheriff right now, but
Yeah, typically, we pay the bill and the restitution comes back into an account that's credited against that same account it came out of.
okay, then that's what I'm.
Does it come out of the sheriff's account to pay it?
Yeah. Sometimes they do get ordered to pay.
So in rural county, I think that they have a small, like say 10% or something like that for administrative.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, we're doing all the work.
Oh, no.
So it's just a thought. Yep.
Sometimes you have, once in a while, I'll have somebody in jail and they'll be on work release, meaning they can get out every day to go work and they have to pay, but in order to do that, they have to pay the jail X, $40 a day or something, whatever the number is. And that would be the same as restitution.
That might be exactly what we're talking
That might be
about.
what's going on.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, and it's either a percent of what they make or X, but it's
So
sometimes.
they just write us a check that sheriff themselves, they have their own account and they've been sending us a check, and so.
That could be happening.
I need a motion to approve the vouchers.
I didn't get a one set out, you guys, it's been kind of busy here, so you'd have to look at the vouchers themselves.
The ones with the blue, she's already gotten the computer, so
I think they've already got that stuff. but
Back there or this way?
Doesn't matter.
that, oh, okay, all right. Go ahead, she said it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm gonna take out some Ford and blue.
Well, we can go to the upcoming events while you guys look
Okay,
at the
you
vouchers.
can look through them.
Some of the upcoming events, we do have a meeting here tomorrow. And so,
Everything goes.
That's fine, whatever, if you want to look through them, or if she usually's got them typed up, yeah.
so
Well,
the
that's,
Southeast Central District is gonna be here tomorrow.
We just, yeah, our district meeting's gonna be tomorrow. I made a big deal of chili. We've got hot ham and cheese to come and eat first.
So
We got,
it's gonna be a tailgate theme, and so we're looking at Aurora, Brule, Davison, Douglas, Hanson, Gerald, McCook, Minor, and Sanborn County will all be here.
and it's the first time we've ever done that we know of, that
So-
we've ever done
right.
it, so.
So we're kind of
And I wanna
excited for that.
thank you- I
Anybody's
wanna
welcome
thank
to
you
come,
guys.
and I have a guest speaker coming, and she's gonna just give 10 minutes on Buffalo County, and that guest speaker is gonna be a spec. So thank you.
Yay!
I had to ask yesterday, so. This was kind of a surprise for all of us that we were gonna do that. So we really appreciate Ellen for doing
Way to
that.
step up. you
And
guys.
so, yeah, we're really grateful for that. So, and then
David, get the
all the
lawn
lights
fixed up.
you guys will see out here
He
will be
did, a
green.
couple days after I
so-
talked to him. He was waiting for the wind to go down or something, and I talked to him, and then I was up here, and I could tell he'd
Done something.
done something, so, yeah.
Operation Green Light for Veterans. So we are changing the lights out here. Tanner has gratefully helped us, is gonna help us. So it's gonna stay green, but since it's also gonna be the holidays, we're just gonna go ahead and keep it until, so, but. And courthouse is closed on Friday.
Right, Veterans Day observance.
Uh,
I kind of forgot about it till I went to the bank yesterday, and they had to sign up.
Yeah, one more question. I'm kind of out of order. I should ask when Tanner was talking. What about the Larson Bridge? What's gonna happen there?
Well, we hope we know more next month when IMAG is here.
Josh from my mate. I guess I'm not sure. I've talked to him a couple times. I don't know what he's gonna tell us any different, to be honest with you, but.
Because we used it a little bit, the single trucks kept them light, but then most of the time we're coming clear around.
Yeah, and we'll bring that all up again. Hopefully we can get it written up or we can get it, so. We're trying our best.
Because, we put it out once to get wheel tax, and that didn't work.
So,
It'll be quite a period of time even, no matter what, before anything happens.
It'll be.
some more.
Well, say on that deal, in that meeting, or whatever. So the highway superintendent commission board, they didn't realize that. But anyway, they have a little say so on what goes into these grants and what can be included. So we voted in like the utilities, lines to be moved, still gotta be passed by the state. So we put in that, say on over there, if we need a temporary road, we can include that in the cost because of course we haven't yet, but some counties have already ran into that. I mean, that's a big expense. So we can add all that into that cost.
Oh,
Well, it's not official yet, but that's what we voted in the other night.
Oh, okay.
Other day.
okay,
Whether it be temporary roads, culverts, movement of utility lines.
One big project.
So just add more of them outside costs that add up and nobody thinks about.
It'll add up pretty considerable.
Yeah.
okay.
I guess I've never asked Josh when that project does happen. I don't know what their plan is. As far as a temporary road or if it's just closed or.
They just about gotta do something.
I would think.
Make it dip and let it wash out.
Probably be the best bet. The cheapest thing to fix, I guess, put it that way.
Because otherwise they take huge dumps. Wash out anyhow.
Yeah, if you're going that far, you just, well, do it all.
Not just got to
It's all
go.
good.
So the next commissioners meeting would be December 5th, Tuesday, December 5th at 1:00.
Mhm.
I remember what they did when they was doing that bridge out there towards Fort Thompson. They had to go down around and they put some little culverts in there. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's interesting.
That was before we had the credit card, so is that for,
Explain to me how you do these credit cards.
what do you mean, how we do them?
Okay, so I got credit card purchase from Tanner.
That was his own credit card.
So you're reimbursing him for it?
Correct.
Okay. You have
And that
no-
was for
you have no
tomorrow's thing.
explanation, you have no explanation, you have nothing. All right, so then what about this one here? Is this your credit card too?
That's my own personal, correct. You
Okay.
can't put food on,
Well, that's what I, see, I don't know what, I haven't seen them, I noticed that we passed the credit card into the whatever, and I'm sorry, I didn't read it, so I don't
Okay.
know, I'm
No.
asking.
so
No,
no,
they've
the only
got
thing
it.
that's been put in there is, we went to his conference, so that was paid for through the county, through that. And then I went to the one, so that's the only thing that should be on the credit card right now, haven't gotten a statement yet.
But we've got, how many cards do we have on here?
Tanner's got one, the sheriff's got one, and I have one, and the one for here would be for the courthouse itself. So, and then they put some in there, some rules in there about
Yeah,
that we wouldn't have meals, because that would be on per diems and things like that, so, I'll send you that portion, because I don't think Lee's updated the,
We just did the room for my convention thing.
but you haven't updated the handbook,
That's
so
what I
once
was-
we
Oh.
update
I
the
didn't read that.
handbook,
You
then,
said that we passed it, and I know it wasn't here.
Right.
Didn't read it.
yep, and pass the
Right
handbook
here.
for too, yep.
here's a copy of it.
Oh, good together. All right, guys, I like that.
I thought I still had it. So can I get an approval for the vouchers?
I'm,
No second.
All in favor?
I,
And then a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. See you the next one or maybe tomorrow. Depends on if our grandbaby makes it.
Yep, you guys could come tomorrow, even if it's